Virgo, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. It's going to be a general single spread for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. These cards are so big, my Black Moon astrology cards. I'm going to have to just shuffle them the other way. Sometimes they're falling everywhere. Hold on. Okay. So remember guys, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. You know the deal. So you're doing a crowning energy, the Black Moon astrology card. Okay, let's see what we get for you guys. It's your crowning energy. Oh, nice. Very nice. Sun, number 1. Spirit card. I like it. Good stuff, good stuff. Also giving you guys a heads up, remember we have eclipse season coming up in July, and the eclipse season usually starts about 6 weeks prior. It's like a pre-shadow period. So this is when we're going to be feeling a lot of changes, just sort of shifting, and only in areas of our life that really needed some shifting around, and I feel like many of us are feeling that. All right, so in this first row, this is going to be what your focus is now. And the second is going to be why are you single? And then the third is going to be an energetic block. What are your energetic blocks? And for this row, I'm going to pull a Wisdom of the Oracle for some additional advice for you guys. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Oh my gosh, we get the 9 of Swords here. So many signs have gotten this in that very position. It's anxiety. It's anxiety. It could be a form of depression, sleepless nights type of thing. Okay, time to go. Time to go. That's the additional advice we have for the Oracle. Okay, so let's get into this. Yes, this is your crowning energy. This is card number 1, Sun. It's great, great, great crowning energy. Sun is a spirit, right? It's a personality. It's a need to express who we are. The sun rules over conditions over our bodies. It's the return to light, the ability to transform and rise again. This is really positive. And the sun, you know, regarding this type of spread is the strength and what we choose to put our focus on. You know, and what I like about this is its positivity trumps anything negative in the spread. So regardless of what we're going to be dealing with, you're still going to feel a type of lightness to it, and it's everything as it is entirely for your higher good that you're going through right now, which I love. And then this is the card where it's just you saying, I wish to live, I wish to thrive, what do I have to do? You know, you having the strength and power now to get things done. Things that are truly meaningful are starting to happen for you now. And you're in a place to lead and inspire. So this is like a lot of movement to this energy for you. As it's through the sun's inspiration and creativity that's going to really allow you to actually materialize things that you have your eye on right now. This is a very, very strong energy for manifesting and materializing. So, you know, in short, this energy indicates that things are going to be going your way. Matters are going to be going your way. But leadership on your part is very necessary right now. Okay, this is really a time, you know, where you're being called to action. A time of generosity too, though, and laughter for you. So that's great. And a lot of you are going to be noticed right now. And the thing is this, with Virgos, if you're not used to this type of attention that you may be getting in a certain area of your life, you may find that you're reacting with a sense of aloofness, and be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that. And also avoid any sort of immature reactions to things. And any lack of organization during this time is not going to work for you very well. It's going to really add a delay, if not bringing you off track of something. Okay, so just pay attention to your reactions and your responses to things during this time. But very good. That's a beauty. You can't ask for a better crowning energy. Come on now. Yeah. And now let's look at what your focus is right now. We have the 6 of Pentacles, which tells me that your focus is very much on money right now. For many of you, you focus on paying off debt or investing money in your future. Yeah, you've been struggling. If you've been struggling financially, this is a great sign that circumstances are going to be improving for you. So that's great. Many of you are going to be in a space of having to help a friend out and getting maybe a family member or a colleague who's having some sort of temporary money issue right now. But it's not long-lived, but this is like one element of your focus right now, right? I mean, we don't only focus on one thing. I'm sure if I put 10 things out, cards, we would have 10 different points of focus that could be valid. So that's one focus. And then we have the Three of Swords reverse here also, which tells me that independent of whatever positive aspects, because I do feel that this is a very positive energy with the Six of Pentacles, whatever positive aspects are going on here with money and or your career, there's a very upsetting situation that's bringing a lot of arguing that you're needing to deal with right now, feelings being expressed and looked at, and confusion that you felt about something is actually going to be lifted. So that's good, but it's not without arguments. And there's like a venting of feelings in this energy. This indicates to me that there's a pain in your life that you're really looking at right now, because these arguments that I'm speaking about can actually be internal arguments with yourself. And this could have to do with something that you've been through in your past. Three of Swords can very often mean a third-party situation that was very painful, but it doesn't have to be. You know, because this third sword could very much be, maybe you were in a relationship with someone who worked a lot. That third sword is their schedule and the fact that they worked all the time, or issues with their family or their children, or just, it could be anything that would pull a person that you were involved with out of your relationship. So it doesn't have to be a person. It could certainly be a circumstance. But regardless, it happened already. This is reverse. This is you dealing with it. And this is where your focus is. And guys, remember, you know, with these things, it doesn't necessarily mean, because this is a single spread and we really are mainly focusing on the area of, you know, personal relationship, this doesn't have to have happened very recently. This could have happened, you know, over the course of the past year, where you're still kind of nursing that wound, you know. It's still, things are only now making sense to you. Like the blinders are now being lifted to certain things. And I am getting that you're paying attention to that, which is really great, because you don't want to not pay attention to something. Then it will stay buried and not be dealt with, and then resurface and rear its ugly head later on in another version of a relationship, right? So then we have the next one, why are you single? So here we have the Seven of Cups reversed, which tells me that you're in a place of not being clear on relationship right now, Virgo. I'm getting that many of you thought you knew what you wanted, but you're in a space now of just not being totally clear on the path that you feel like you should be on. The energy really wants you to be discerning and find out what you can about each possible path that you're thinking about. But ultimately, you need to choose one by paying attention to your instincts and emotions. This is not a test of your logic here, right? Because you guys are very logical, right? But it's not a test. This is about going with the flow and really trusting your inner knowing. Because you guys, you know, you guys are the hermit, you know? You guys have this strong inner knowing. So that's very, this is really calling for you to listen to that voice, you know? Your inner voice. Yeah, but don't rush right now. Don't rush into anything. Because this is an energy of anything being possible, and definitely a transitioning into a new stage of life. So you just want to be mindful of the choices that you're making right now. But you know, the Seven of Cups just represents, you know, ultimate fulfillment, higher consciousness, things that you see for yourself. You could see it to the point of like being able to taste it and touch it, right? But then really struggling with what should you trust and what should you not trust. So that's where the confusion comes in with this card. It's good mixed with bad, and you know, what do I trust? But there's this, because it's reversed, it does indicate it's this decision you need to make. You need to make the decision, right? And then we have the moon reverse. So here, you know, you're avoiding some difficult emotions and confrontations right now, Virgo. This is what I'm getting. And this avoidance is creating a situation that's blocking your energy from attracting someone new into your space. This can very easily be many of you still holding on to a past relationship or even a past idea. you know? It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be the plan that you had for your life, you know? The way you saw your life turning out is very different from how it is turning out, and you're needing to like figure that out. Okay, because the emotions here that this energy brings is confusion and disappointment and feeling very disillusioned about a relationship and your path in life in general. So I'm getting that these things are so in your space right now, this confusion and this need, you know you need to deal with something, but I'm getting very strongly that you're just not. You're not being completely honest with yourself. And I know a lot of you aren't going to like that I'm saying that, but that's what I'm getting here. And look, the bottom line is that ends up blocking your energy field, right? From attracting anybody. That puts a big do not disturb sign on our forehead, right? When we're still trying to figure out the residue from the past, and especially if we're trying to not look at it, that builds the wall, the energy block even thicker. So it's just something, something to think about, right? These are just seeds for thought, right? Then we have the Oracle, which is time to go, as the advice. And this is acknowledgement, Virgo, that you're at the end of a journey, but you have not yet begun the next one. So you are definitely in this transition period, I'm getting. And this is time for you to take stock of, of what you've learned. Take stock of all the lessons. It's time to move on to a new experience now, and a new way of being and doing, There's nothing left for you to do here. There's nothing left for you to do or experience or anything like that in your present circumstances. This is all about really understanding what you need to do to move on to this next phase, even if it means you being in transition for a little bit. And many of you may be single too because you're newly out of a relationship, I'm getting. And this is you needing to understand that the letting go of what was in whatever relationship this was is crucial to you being able to move forward. For many of you, this can be a simple break from what was, so that something new can be built in its place. But more than anything, I'm getting that you guys really do need to just really look at issues from your past and really be honest about your role in all of it, because whatever was can't be returned to, and for others of you, this is an energy supporting you, just being really honest about what's still not healed in you, while also acknowledging what you really, really want and what you really need in a relationship. Like really, because we change, right? We change. Our needs change as we mature and we grow older. And so something that you thought was very important to you a few years ago in relationship may not hold so much value now, but something else might be more important to you now that once wasn't. So let's take a look at the energetic blocks here. So we have the Magician reversed here. So for some of you, this tells me there's an individual in your life who's manipulated you and continues to manipulate you, even if they're not in your space. But in a way that's making you question how you view things, including your sense of self, because this is very much like a manipulator, trickster kind of vibe. Now, I'm also getting, though, that others of you may not be honest with yourself right now, and I was getting that too with the moon reverse, where you feel very torn between two paths right now, or two choices, and needing to decide on these two paths is very much blocking your energy right now. And I'm feeling like one path is your past and one is your future, and many of you, not even necessarily that you want to return to your past, because I'm not really getting that. Some of you may be, but it's more about you just not letting go fully of the past so that you can move forward. It's like, in a way, how do I want to say this? Regardless of what happened in the past, it served as a kind of security blanket for you. And sometimes security blankets are completely bad for us, Sometimes we hold on to things that are entirely all wrong for us, but we hold on to them anyway. And I am getting that many of you are just really conflicted about cutting that last string to let that go. So that you can move on, And then we have the Nine of Swords energy, which I mentioned before. A lot a lot of signs of getting. This is the 3 a.m. card, you know. This is things building up in our, you know, in our everyday. These an accumulation of stresses that, you know, end up, you know, digging into our subconscious and even in our conscious, and end up waking us up in the wee hours of the morning to figure everything out, you know. So this can indicate some of you dealing with insomnia, anxiety, and or depression for sure. But the thing is with this energy when it's upright is, if you really sit down and think about it, a lot of the things that you might be struggling with, that you would be concerned about in this way, are actually not things you really need to fully worry about. So, because this does speak to like the habit of worry and just feeling like on edge, and just, because I am getting that many of you absolutely feel that, you feel the change, you know, you feel the change. And it's pretty clear to me that the next phase of your life is screaming for you to clean up whatever you have to clean up now, so that you can step into this next phase. Because when you do, your money's going to be good, the confusion's going to be lifted, and your energy field is going to be cleared, so that that big do not disturb sign, still under construction sign that's on your forehead, can finally fall off, so you can meet someone new who's really healthy for you. Because those of you who are going to meet anyone without doing this healing, guys, that is how cycles happen. You know, it could be an entirely different person, but we end up repeating these types of patterns. And with the sun as your crowning energy, you have everything you need to transform. So this is beautiful. This is just, there's such a newness here. Like I literally feel like the archetype of Virgo at the door. Like the door is open. All you have to do is step through it. But you have to be willing to leave the bags for the room that you're in right now at the door, and don't bring them with you. So that's the challenge, right? Because that's so much easier said than done. But okay, Virgo, that is what I have for you guys. I will see you hopefully in a week or so for the beginning of June reads. You guys take care. Bye-bye.